Hi, welcome to the practical section of Scoop. In this section, we'll be looking at how do we connect to MySQL and pull the data from MySQL to HDFS. So before that, let's connect to MySQL. So I'm just logging into MySQL just by typing sudo MySQL. Okay, I could see something like if you could see show databases. If I type something like show databases, it would give me all the databases that are inside MySQL. Okay, if I type something like show tables, if there is no database selected, let's say that I have selected something like use batch 2. Okay, and show tables would give me my tables that are inside batch 2. Okay, I could do this using Scoop as well, listing the databases and listing the tables. Okay, for our convenience, I've put all the commands into a notepad so that we can directly go and execute them. Okay, I'm just using something called list databases. Okay, so when I put it in my path, Scoop list databases -connect, and I'm using something called JDBC connectivity to my MySQL local host path, which is nothing but the name of the database, and which is nothing but your local host. Okay, and I'm using something called username, which is my root. Scoop list databases. It would connect to MySQL database and it would list all the databases that are present in my MySQL. See, it has listed me all the databases that are present in my MySQL. This is what we had got earlier. When we have used stored databases, we have got the same output, right? Similarly, I have got this output. Now, if I wanted to list the tables that are present in my something called batch 2 or something, or maybe training path. Okay, we have not seen that use training show tables. So these are the tables that are present in my training path. So if you wanted to look at the tables that are present in my training path, what I will have to do is simply scoop list tables that are present in my training path. Earlier we have done something called list databases. Now we will do something called list tables. Yeah. Okay. Scoop list tables would give me all the tables that are present in my training database. I've mentioned the database name here. So it would directly connect to this particular database and it would give me all the tables that are present in training database. Okay. So these are the primary and basic commands of Scoop to list the databases and list the tables. Okay, let's go little deeper. So we are gonna do something like importing of data from my MySQL to HDFS. Okay, let's say that we have something called select. We have 460 table in my training path. Okay, so select star from test 460. Let's see what data is present. I have something called ID. Yeah, which has some 7 rows inside it. Okay, when I have 7 rows inside my test 460 table, I wanted to take this data and dump it into my HDFS path. Okay, so how do I do that? I have my Scoop import utilities. So see here, I'm using something called, okay, let me use this thing. Okay, I've just typed Scoop import and connect to MySQL using JDBC connectivity to localhost training path, and username is root and table name is test 460. Yeah, just typing in enter. It has connected to my MySQL path. It has selected all the data from test 460 and it will take the data and put it into my HDFS. See, now the data has been imported has been beginned to import the data from test 460. So my MapReduce has been launched. We know that only mappers will be working. This is only map only job, right? So let's see what is the output. We have bounding value query here. We'll discuss in detail about that in our later section, so don't worry about it. So my MapReduce, my mappers are still running to fetch my output. Okay, mapper is done by 50%. Because we have not specified any condition, so it is taking the entire data which is present in test 460. 75%, 100% mapper is done, so you should be able to view our results in HDFS now. Okay, it has retrieved 7 records, right? It has retrieved 7 records from test 460 table that is present in my MySQL. Okay, so user training test 460, this is my table name. See here the time which we had accessed, 622. See here, 622. Hadoop fs -ls and then enter path. See, I've got multiple output files because we have not mentioned how many mappers it got to use. So one mapper will have few records and other mappers will have few records. There are 4 mappers by default has been launched. Okay, so 2 records had come to this particular file and 2 records might have gone to some other file, like that. I mean, whatever mapper had picked the records, it will go to that particular file. But if you wanted to have the entire output in a single file rather than having 4 outputs, you can do that by using, let me remove this directory first. Then, okay, I'll execute my scoop import function once again by specifying something called -m1. This would specify scoop import to use only one mapper so that my outputs would be present in single file. If you want your data to be retrieved so fast, you can give more number of mappers. You can control the number of mappers by using specifying something called -m1 or -m2 or -m3, whatever you want. Okay, so my MapReduce mappers has been launched here. If you could see here, it will take some time to fetch the output. Oh, mapper is done 100%. Now let's see once the, okay, now Hadoop fs -ls. Okay, so when I do something called ls in this particular directory, user training test 460 directory, you'll have only one output of your mapper, one file. See here, I've got only one file. So when I cat this, it will have all the contents that are present in your RDBMS table, which is test 460. It has something around 7 records. All those 7 records will be present in this particular file. So this is how you connect to your MySQL and pull your data from MySQL to HDFS. Okay, now that we have seen how to connect to MySQL and list databases, list tables, and how to import the data from RDBMS to HDFS. Yeah, I mean, in our next videos we'll see how to connect to RDBMS and specify, rather than selecting the entire table data, we'll specify our query so that we'll fetch only the amount of data which we want into HDFS. Hope you had enjoyed watching this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye bye.